For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Boxing fans, our next fight is scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Judges at ringside scoring the fight are Ronnie McNair, Carlos Ortiz, and John Signorelli. The man in charge of the action is our referee, Steve Smoder. And now, introducing first to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the white trunks with black trim. He weighed in at 141.5 pounds. His professional record is 3-2 with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, put your hands together for King Henry White. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the corner, he is wearing the white trunks with blue trim. He weighed in at a trim 143 pounds. His record as a professional is 6 wins, no losses, 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Reno, Ohio, Chris Algeiri. And now our instructions.
Intimidating stares from Henry White. How they match up?
In this fight, White is the older guy. He's 30. Algeiri, 25. Almost even in weight, almost even in height.
Chris Algeiri, unbeaten, the former 2-time world kickbox champion. He turned pro 14 months ago in Brooklyn. Fighting now here in Long Island. And his trainer, Tim Lane, says he's a boxer-puncher, but Algeiri told us, hey, I'm a puncher.
He says he was a puncher when he was a kickboxer.
Most kickboxers rely on punching and kicking.
Now when you take the kicks away, it better be all punch.
Yeah, because the punches have to matter more than kicks inside the ring in kickboxing.
Well, Algeiri said that White should be there for him, and that he could punch too, so he predicts a knockout. So he won't have to come looking for him, which is good for us. And watching. Algeiri all in white, and the black and white is Henry White.
And the first thing I noticed about Algeiri, he's wearing 2 very different socks.
He's got the Italian sock and the, neutral corner sock? Oh no, there's something on there.
And I think, although I have yet to see Algeiri throw a left hook, I think it's going to be a battle of hooks. Algeiri is moving, positioning himself to throw power left hooks. And you already saw here how Henry White throws some nice left hooks.
Boy, and White is right there for Algeiri. It looks like it's another national emblem. I can't read on his sock. Can you, Steve?
Let's see.
Oh, well, let's not dwell on the footwork. There might be a knockout.
They go to left hook by Henry White.
But I'm intrigued.
Watching his socks instead of his fist.
Why did you have to mention his socks, Farhood? There's
Right.
that hook.
Left hook. Algeiri hurt there, stumbled a little bit.
White in his face, so nothing subtle about Henry White. He's got a nice little head movement and such, but
nice
he catches
counter hook.
Algeiri, yes, catches him coming and uses that aggression against him. And Henry White's been very busy and very effective.
Yesterday at the weigh-in, we asked Henry White what his style was. He says, I don't have one. Well, you know what? He's a left hooker. I know his style now.
Well, listen, 3 wins. In 3 wins, he has 2 knockouts. So he could punch a little.
Trained by his father.
Nice
Chris
left hook.
Algeiri coming in very squared, and he gets driven off by an overhand right.
Algeiri blocked most of those shots, though.
Boy, he's so square, though, Ryan.
This is actually a good match, and I think this will go to distance. I think it's going to come down to a flurry of 2 every round.
Yeah, look at White. Right down the middle with a very quick left.
Algeiri with a very, very high guard. So high that I think he's blocking his own vision. See that? He puts his gloves in front of his own eyes. Not a good idea.
Good first round here. Henry White may have taken that.
No doubt.
Could anticipate what the advice should have been in Algieri's corner is to settle down a little bit. He really seems all over the place.
I think for Algieri, the key to his success tonight would be the jab. He have to throw a consistent, stiff jab. And for Henry White, every chance he get, he got to counterpunch with that left hook.
Well, he got a little time in 6 rounds, so he could settle in, but man, White will not be intimidated. White is a 4-time Cleveland Golden Gloves champion, 100 amateur fights, and he looks very composed.
He does, and he throws nice short punches.
He does not. He definitely does not look like a guy with 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw.
Stopped in those losses. Not hitting with a lot of authority, but he's been effective. He's mixed the attack well, jabs, left hooks, a few right crosses. There, a lead right as he's using again. Algieri catches him lunging, leaning forward. Algieri's got to get more effectively busy. And they want him to get on that jab, which would be great advice to follow.
And Henry White is mixing it up. He's staying close. Then the next minute, he's outside working the jab.
Yeah, it's a good point. And Algieri, when he's in tight, is smothering himself.
And we should point out that Henry White, the last time he fought was in Long Island, and he beat Tommy Granoni, who was 11-1. So that was a big win.
Hey, forgive me, Maradona, but that other sock is from Argentina, Steve.
You're right.
Benji, our stagehand, adroitly caught that. Stage manager. He's got better eyes than all of us. Lead right from White.
See, one guy has not taken over yet. It's just back and forth. So there's no rhythm on one guy's part.
I feel that White's gotten Algieri's respect. I think he's got him fighting a little cautiously. But I'm not feeling those punches. Maybe Algieri's feeling them and feeling to get walked through them. I like this fight. Maybe for that very reason, Brian, that nobody's established command.
Correct. It's evenly matched and it's back and forth. And I must say, you know, Joe Kiambo did an excellent job on tonight's card. When I saw the lineup, I said, wow, this is a very, very even, good card.
This is a little better round for Algieri, but right now it's White that's throwing the shot.
Yeah, White's been so effectively evasive, but then, you know, he's standing there, as you said. It's not like he's running by any means. He's spotting himself up well to punch and land. How do you guys have it through 2?
I got it even.
I got it even, 19-19.
You know, Henry White at 30 with 100 amateur fights, but now just his 7th as a pro. And his father very elusively said, I said, what happened to the big gap? He said, street time. So I don't know where he went, but he disappeared for 4 years off the boxing scene. And now Algieri getting much more aggressive, and White felt those shots and came back with something. Not terribly effective.
No, but it's important that White did come back with
Yes.
something. Very important. You want to not only punch first, you want to punch last. And he punched last in that exchange.
But it's also important that Algieri is establishing ground. He's the one moving forward, throwing punches, backing White up.
Yeah, he seems like he's closing the gap a little bit and comfortable that way. But White is catching him coming in at times. Ah, nice exchange from Algieri. It wakes the crowd up. But White tries to buzz him. Algieri drills him with the left hand. Now they punch together. These are very close rounds. We've got them even through 2. It's a 6-rounder. White would rather counterpunch, wouldn't he?
Yeah, White, you can tell his temperament is a natural counterpuncher. Anytime somebody has a powerful left hook, which he has shown he has is a nice left hook, they're counterpunchers. Steve, can you remember one boxer with a left hook that led off a jab?
You mean hook off the jab?
Right hand. That hurt Crawford. Straight right hand from Algieri. A lot of time left in the 3rd.
He's doing the right thing by going to the body.
Crawford comes back with a fiery combination. Algieri getting a little sloppy.
It's Algieri's round, but I'll give White a lot of credit because every time Algieri scores big, White comes back. He's fighting to not lose that momentum, but he's losing the round.
There's time in the round.
But
now they're inside.
he's establishing himself as the boss in there, and that's important.
Who's that?
Algieri, that is. I'm sorry. So now he's the one going around the circles, giving angles, as White is the one looking for him to stop.
White eats a combination, comes back with a right hand of his own. Decent infighting and good give and take. They exchange uppercuts. Power shots inside. Algieri changes angles, creates fresh opportunities nicely.
Yeah, very nice, diverse attack this round from Algieri.
That was a big third round for him. We head to the fourth, our 6-round welterweight fight on Broadway Boxing. Henry White, white and black. Chris Algeiri coming off a strong third round. Lots of offense, and as Steve hit on, a very diverse attack.
Yeah, and it's very important, Nick, for White to regain control here. And the way he's going to do it, if he does it, is with counterpunching. You see Algieri with that high guard. He's hard to hit with a lead shot, but he can be countered because White's landed that left hook a lot in this fight.
Each guy with 6 total fights. This is a fabulous test. Again, Joe Chiambo with the matchmaking. It's first rate for both. Absolutely dead fit, competitive fight.
And I really like Algieri, and I'll tell you why, because he has a guy in front of him. 3 wins, 2 losses. But he didn't come here with the mindset to lose. He came here to win, and he's fighting and testing Algieri. And Algieri, I think, has stayed true to form in terms of being aggressive and being the more confident boxer.
Throwing a bad round behind him, maybe the first round that he lost.
It's White that's been 6 rounds. Algieri never has, yet I'd say the more animated fighter right now is Algieri. Seems to have a little more in the tank.
In the fourth.
And right now, White just doesn't know where the shots are coming from because he's getting hit with left hooks, he's getting hit with right uppercuts.
Body, head.
Right. All the punches except the jab. We haven't seen too much effective jabbing from Algieri.
Now they're inside where Algieri wants it. Crawford had backed off a couple of times. He's inside, he gets clipped. Buzz with that left hand, but a left in return.
And it's strange. Algieri has had success throwing the power shots on the inside. And he's a taller fighter, Steve.
Yep.
He's 5'10". Henry White is 5'8", so the shorter guy has had the space that he needed, and that's being close.
I think his decent footwork, it seems to be creating those good punching opportunities. But Crawford has come back and buzzed him. So both guys try to go to the body now.
And both left hooks were blocked by Algieri.
I'm glad to see they're throwing him to the body.
I think you just touched on it. That's the only thing that's missing from Chris Arsenal right now is the jab. Really no jab or dart. I thought after the first round that he would commit to the jab, but he hasn't.
He just starts White with a straight right hand lead.
Tell you, with the shots he's landing, dare I say, he doesn't necessarily have to jab. He's winning the rounds without it.
Ditto.
A good round for, not a bad round for either, but a much better one for Chris Algieri. Referee Steve Smoger puts them together. Start of round 5. It's Broadway Boxing from Westbury, Long Island. Nick Charles, Steve Farhood, and Brian Adams, ringside as usual. Delighted you could be with us tonight.
And you know what? You mentioned Smoger. I don't remember seeing him the whole fight.
I haven't mentioned him.
It's been a very clean
That's
fight.
I felt I had to.
Well, he's worthy of mention. He's one of the great referees in boxing, but he hasn't had to work very hard here because these guys are fighting a clean fight.
That's a great point, you know. Has there really been a clinch?
They're banging pretty good here at the start of the 4th. Or 5th, I'm sorry.
Excellent. Very competitive fight, but as Brian pointed out, you could see Algieri slowly taking command. But again, Brian, reiterate how you think so.
I think if you notice the body language for starters, look at the movement. everything for Algieri is confident with the bounce going forward. Everything for Henry right now is sort of slow and moving backwards. Look at the body language. That would tell you the momentum is going which way. Although Chris Henry just landed, I'm sorry.
Chris White. Henry White.
Henry White just landed a nice right hand.
White's still a formidable counterpuncher. I'm not saying he has a hellacious shot or anything, but he's caught Algieri's attention.
The difference is early in the fight, White was landing that left hook again and again as a counterpunch. Now we're seeing one shot at a time from him.
Yes.
As I said, if you look at the body language, it would tell you how to fight, which way the fight is going.
Algieri looks like he could go 10 rounds. He looks very fresh. Algieri likes to turn and fire that hook.
Every second or third punch is a left hook to the body by Algieri. You know, born and raised right here in Greenlawn, New York. He has family and friends here tonight. And it hasn't affected him mentally. He's just been relaxed, business as usual.
I agree. Good counter shot from Henry White.
If I can be critical, that's the only one. There's only one spot that I'll be critical with Algieri, and that's the fact that beautiful combination.
Yeah, now he's letting the power shots go. Now White's digging in, trying to come back with something to drive Algieri off him.
Well, I can't be critical when the guy's like, pummeling his opponent.
Your
like
timing
this.
wasn't great there.
Right, it wasn't. So I hold that thought.
But I'll make your point for you. I'd like to see more jabs. Even if he's landing shots without it, he might get a stoppage if he throws the jab first and hides his power shots.
And I'll tell you why that's important next round.
He's taking the attitude out of Henry White, I'll say that. Chris Algieri's taking command of this fight with a round left. And I touched at the end, he's taken some of the attitude and swagger out of Henry White. White has forced him to fight, and I thought brought out the best in Algieri. And I like the fact that White came in here with a lot of attitude and enough ability.
That's the way you learn, man. Look at these guys are still going at it. White still wants to win.
Exchange that left hand, and Algieri has the stronger hook.
Oh, beautiful left hook.
And White coming on big here in the sixth.
And like you said, Steve, this is what you want to see. Last round, the guy come in as quote-unquote the opponent, but yet he's trying to win.
That's good matchmaking, and that's how a young fighter gets better. And we should also point out, here we are in round 6, and Algieri, the former two-time world kickboxing champion, hasn't thrown one kick yet, and I'll give him credit for that. Discipline, focus.
Then I think we'd be calling on Steve Smoger. White trying to pull it out of fire here. He slowed down now, but he came on really big to open this sixth heat.
And we were talking last round, Steve, on the attack of Algieri. What I would like to see is, the jab, because the jab changes a lot of different things. It gives your opponent different looks. Work the jab, work the body, work the head.
Good power shots, good combination firepower from Algieri. And White, for the first time, is hanging on.
And a nice sense of distance there by Algieri. As he landed his shots, he didn't smother his own power. He stepped back, reloaded, and landed more.
Well, if he could rev it up a little bit, Henry White is starting to hold on a little bit.
Well, Algieri never passed 4 rounds before. Now he's in the 6th. He looks fresh. He looks like he could turn it on and go for the stoppage if he wants.
He looks fresher than Henry White right now.
Yep.
All right, they got a minute left. And they want Algieri to close it out convincingly. Good body work, and he goes upstairs.
White looks tired.
I think the body shots have a lot to do with that.
No doubt. He was content to clinch a minute ago for the first time in this fight.
Watch for that right uppercut.
And that right cross landed from Algieri. You're right. Henry Crawford, or I should say Henry White, is leaning in dangerously.
Yeah, he's because he's tired.
Right
See,
there.
Yeah.
But he's gutsy.
Algieri should see that. He tried the uppercut there, but he's backing up.
A little slow with that right hand. He came off the rope a little slow with the counter right hand.
A big second half effort from Chris Algeiri, who looks like he's come away a clear, convincing winner in a spirited fight fans enjoy. We hope you did on Broadway Boxing. Back for the official decision after this.
We have a winner. Judge Ronnie McNair scores the fight 59-55. Judge Carlos Ortiz scores the fight 58-56. And John Signorelli scores the fight 58-56 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated,